Lucid Motors is a California-based company. We're based out of Silicon Valley, and we're basically, our core objective is to get technology into the vehicles so that the consumers can have better options and really contributes towards sustainability. Because when we talk about electric vehicles, that's really the main goal, right? So we have, as you said, we have opened a plant, a manufacturing plant in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, our first international plant outside of United States. And we're assembling 5,000 vehicles there. We want to make, eventually we are going to be manufacturing full complete build units, 150,000. It will be for all markets. So we are definitely going to, in the wider GCC market, MENA market, and the world, some other selected markets where we will export out of there. That is our goal, to really start the whole ecosystem development in the kingdom. We are the first manufacturer in the region. We're very proud of it, and I think with that you will see some supply chain localization, raw material usages. You will also have human capital development. So those are like the three things that Lucid is really working on with our partners. And now I think the goal is to really start expanding. So we've just expanded our sales points from Saudi now into UAE. We're in the City Walk. We will be running a studio from here so that these beautiful cars can now be experienced by the UAE citizens also. And we'll continue this growth in the GCC. Vision 2030 is really a transformative plan for the whole country, and it has some key ingredients that they're very important to Lucid: sustainability, human capital, raw material, localization, local value add. All of those are very key ingredients for Vision 2030. And we picked on that, and we've actually worked, our plans in the region are completely aligned when it comes to that. And with PIF, Public Investment Fund, being an amazing supporter and a partner to Lucid, it has made a lot of things so much more accessible to us from a point of view that we can play a key role when it comes to formalizing some of the policies when it comes to automotive manufacturing, and having the supply chain in the kingdom. So the next milestone for us is really to keep growing. I think we will continue to grow globally. The biggest milestone we have on hand is having the Lucid Gravity, which is the full-size, premium luxury SUV, 7-seater that is now announced last year in Los Angeles. We are now going to be introducing that in North America end of this year, and then the customers will have it in their hands, and then in the next few years, the Lucid Gravity will be ruling the other markets. And then regionally, as I said, manufacturing plant that we are building that is going to produce 150,000 vehicles. So regionally, that's the next big milestone. So I think the challenges remain. I think there is a lot of misinformation in the consumer mind that electric vehicles are, very expensive, hard to maintain, where do we charge them? All of these things I think are things of the past. And I think, those are, it's basically our duty as OEMs and, consumers as ambassadors who are buying these vehicles to go out and tell the consumer how easy it is to charge a vehicle. It's just like plugging an iPhone at home. Lucid Air, for example, has 883 kilometers of range. That is an amazing range that on a single charge that you can last 10-15 days without charging in a city environment. And you just charge it at home 4 or 5 hours, 6 hours a week at home, and you'll be perfectly fine. You need public charging infrastructure if you have bad habit of not charging your vehicle in the city, or if you're traveling from Dubai to Riyadh. Yes, you will need a charger, and I think that's where the solution is that the government needs to really step up. And I see a lot of charging, companies here, amazing charging products that are available. they need to be seen on the road. They need to be implemented on the road. And I think in Saudi and in UAE and in Qatar, they have started working on policies where the fuel stations and destination chargers will now start popping up, where you will have chargers so that the consumer doesn't feel. So that's one challenge, I think. The second challenge is really the consumer needs to understand the journey after buying the car, not from just charging perspective, but also the total cost of ownership, the TCO, what we call. The total cost of ownership is much cheaper in electric vehicles because the number of parts in an electric vehicle is significantly reduced. You have 1/3 to half the parts of an internal combustion engine. A lot of those moving parts are gone. So you don't have to take your car for service. It's not going to give you as much trouble as an internal combustion engine car will. So that information also needs to be, and it's even in a highly subsidized fuel country, gasoline country like Saudi and UAE, where fuel is one of the cheapest, you are charging your vehicle for basically 25%, 10% to 25% of the cost is the cost of fuel in an electric vehicle, because electricity is also subsidized and very cheap in these countries. So I think that itself is going to change the behavior of the consumer over the long run, and we will see more adoption of electric cars. We are seeing great progress in Saudi. The initiative, Saudi Green Initiative, also right now focuses 30% of new car sales to be electric vehicles by 2030 in Riyadh, which is their biggest market. UAE has already announced 10% and I think 50% by 2050. So these are initiatives that the government is taking, and they're mixing it with policies. So those policies and having OEMs like Lucid and some of the others present in the region, I think is going to really make those fruitful.